class, this is pages 245 to 246. This is the order of operations lesson. The first thing that you need to learn when you're trying to learn order of operations is the word order. So you have to follow a certain order in order to operate these problems. If you watch the video, it kind of threw it in there showing you the order, and they said, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So if you can remember that, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, then you will, that's a little acronym for you to remember the order in order to do these problems. So when you're working with order of operations, it's always moving from left to right. You're reading the signs. But you have to solve the problems in the order. The P is your first step, and all problems that have parentheses in them, P stands for parentheses, all problems that have parentheses in them, they have to be worked out first before you can do any of the other steps. So if you're looking at 1A, the problem is 5 times 7 plus 2. You have to do the 7 plus 2 first because it is inside of parentheses. The next step is exponents. So E for exponents. And that would be like 2 squared. So when you're looking at problem 1C, it has a 2 squared in it. You have to work out any exponents before you can multiply, divide, add, or subtract. The next two, the M and the D, they go together. They are multiply or divide. Notice it says or. Whichever comes first. But you're always reading, remember, left to right. So if a division comes before multiplying, you would divide before multiplying. Whichever one of these two comes first from left to right. And the last is add or subtract, whichever comes first from left to right. Please pause the video and write down these instructions and keep it as a reminder for the problems that you're going to be doing in the future. Or you can always go back and watch this video for the next week. But keep this order so that you can remember how to do the problems. And we're going to start with 1A when you come back. Okay, so 1A. 1A says 5 times 7 plus 2. So according to our order of operations, we have to do parentheses first. So it's kind of like we're going to be making, like we did with the factorial trees, and your final answer will be down the bottom. So you're going to bring down the things that you're not using. So we're not using 5 times, we're moving that down because we can't use it yet until we've solved the parentheses. When we solve the parentheses, 7 plus 2, you get 9. So now we're left with 5 times 9 is 45. And that is the correct way to do the problem. I'm going to show you the incorrect problem, the incorrect way to do the problem. And it's a common way to do these problems, just move from left to right. And I want to just show you that when you do that, you get these answers wrong. If I were just to do these from left to right, it would be 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2. And my answer would be 37. And that, as you can see, 37 is not the same as 45. So if you just go left to right, you're going to get these wrong. You must follow the order of operations of parentheses, exponents, multiply or divide, add or subtract, whichever comes first on those. Let's look at 1B. 1B is 12 divided by 4 plus 2 times 3. Okay, so these two I can't use yet because I have to do this first. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So I have 12 divided by 6 times 3. Now I know multiply comes first up here, but remember these are together. So whichever comes first, moving left to right. So I have to do the 12 divided by 6 first. 12 divided by 6 is 2 times 3 is left over. So 2 times 3 is 6. So your correct answer for this would be 6. Okay, let's look at 1C. 1C is 16 divided by 2 squared. According to this, I have to do exponents first. So I have 16 divided by 2 squared is 4. So now my problem is 16 divided by 4 is 4. Super, super easy as long as you follow the order. Okay, so 1E is getting a little bit bigger here. We have 12 times 2 plus 6 plus 3. Sorry, 6 divided by 3. Okay, so 12 times 2 plus 6 divided by 3. So the first thing I have to do is the parentheses. So this 12 times 2 plus just comes down just the way it is. Then I work out 6 divided by 3 is 2. Now I can't add yet. I have to do the multiplying first according to my chart. So 12 times 2 is 24 plus 2. So the answer is 26. Remember, if I would have just got, even if I just did any of them out of order, let's say I did that, but then I did 2 plus 2 is 4, then I have 12 times 4, and that'd be 48, and that would be wrong. You have to follow this every single time. Okay, let's look at 1F. 1F is 5 times 6 divided by 3 divided by 5. So the first step I'm going to do left to right is this one. Remember it's multiply or divide, whichever comes first from left to right. So I have 30 divided by 3 divided by 5 left. Then I do this one. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So your answer should be 2. Then your last one on 1G. So you have 7 plus 2 times 6. No parentheses. If you went across and said 7 plus 2 is 9 times 6, you would get 54. But you see that that's not the way that you do this. You have to multiply before you can add. So just bring the 7 plus down. And 6 times 2 is 12. So now I'm left with 7 plus 12, which is 19. Way different than if you would have done it the other way. Okay, so that section is all done. Hopefully, when we get those into the review, you'll remember the PEMDAS. Okay, so section 2, a lot of people look at these and panic. There's no reason to panic. This little number up there just tells you how many times to write out the fractions. So we do it twice. If there were 3, you'd write it 3 times. So this is just 2/3 times 2/3. For example, if that were 3, it would be 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3. And you just multiply the top numbers and then multiply the bottom numbers across. But it's only a 2 today on all of them. So 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9, so it's 4 9ths. The next one is 1/2 squared. So that is 1/2 times 1/2, which equals 1/4. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4. And then we have 3/4 squared, which is 3/4 times 3/4. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. And then last, it's 5/7 squared, which is 5/7 times 5/7. 5 times 5 is 25. 7 times 7 is 49. So it should be 25/49. Okay? For number 3, I'm not making you send me the answer to number 3 today, but if you would like +5 on your math sheet for today, if you send me a picture of a 120-degree angle and bisect it with your compass and just send me a picture somehow, I'll give you +5 on today's math lesson. Okay, so we're on section 4. Section 4 gives you a radius of 7 inches, then it gives you a circumference and an area that it wants you to find. You must use, since you only have a radius and not a diameter, you're going to use C equals 2 times pi times radius. And for area, you're going to use A equals pi times radius times radius. I'm not going to give you the answers to these, but I will help you set them up. So when you're wanting to find the circumference, you're going to say C equals 2 times 3.14 times 7. So you can say 2 times 7 is 14. So it'll be 3.14 times 14. Then when you're working out the area, it'll be A equals pi times 7 times 7, which is 49. So that problem will be 3.14 times 49. Once you find the answers to these, just make sure you put the answers in the form in the correct places when you get there. Turn your page over. Now, if you're looking, the next section is review. For today, the class practice, since we did them together, there'll be 2 points apiece. And then the review section is 4 points apiece, so be careful with your answers. I'm not going to help you with any of these because they're review, except for section 6. I'm just going to help you set those up. It says, Garrett got a job mowing the lawn, pulling weeds, and running errands for Mrs. Bradley. He earns $50 every 2 weeks. Because he wants to go to camp next summer, Garrett budgets his earnings carefully. How much money did he allow for each item in the budget? And then if you look at the green box, it says Garrett's budget, and it gives you a bunch of percents. These are going to be percent of number problems, which you're going to multiply. And the number you're going to multiply is the money that he makes every week, and that is $50. Okay, so for bullet number 1, you have 10% of 50. So remember, you turn those into decimals, and that's going to be 0.1, dropping that 0. So that's 50 times 0.1. The next one is 30% for clothes. So that's going to be 30% of 50. And that would be 50, and if you move your decimal, times 0.3. Then the rest of them, you're just moving the decimal over until you get to these 12.5% ones. 12.5% is 12.5%. That's the last bullet. The last 2 bullets are going to be the same answer. So 12.5% for other savings. Just move your decimal over 2 places. So that would be 50 times 0.125 for those. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you get 100. Remember, you have a bonus opportunity as well by watching this video and doing that problem. Guys, have a great day.